Good evening, or at least it's evening here. And this video, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing and what my channel is about, and a little bit about my background. You know, some people like to know the people that they watch on YouTube. Obviously, I'm not going to release a whole lot of personal details. I'm just not doing that. First off, about my videos. My favorite videos to do are the ones in the cemeteries. I love history, and I think everybody has a story. People that have long been forgotten, other people will find really, really interesting, including myself. Those are my favorite ones to make. They're also the hardest ones to make because I have to do the research. I have to find the tombstone. Sometimes I come across a tombstone and research it, and other times I run across a story and have to go find the tombstone because I like to do these things on site, which is another thing that makes it a little harder, is doing it on site. I have to go to the cemetery. I have to travel. I like traveling. I'm fine with that. And of course, my moniker or my shtick is that I go on a motorcycle and do this. But obviously, you can tell when I'm on a motorcycle and when I'm not. But I do love to ride my motorcycle. This is the hardest video to make, even though it's my favorite. Another thing that's making it hard right now, I'm on crutches. Makes it really hard to get around. So, so this is why there's less of those videos. They're harder to make, even though I love them, and I'm on crutches. Now, the one that I like after that to make is my religious videos. Now, I realize not everybody who subscribes to my channel likes religious stuff, and I understand that perfectly. I do find a lot of my people that like the religious stuff also like my history stuff, but not so much the other way. And again, I'm okay with that. I would have a couple separate channels if I knew how to do it. Too late now because I'm all in, and if I figured out how to do it, I wouldn't do it now. So the religious videos are easier to make because most of the subjects I already know. I don't really have to research a whole lot. The problem with that is there is no on-location spot. Right now, I'm in my yard at a picnic table, surrounded by the woods that are around me. I have to wait for the weather to be right to do this because I'm not doing it in rain. I'm not doing it in bright sunlight, even though I have. When it's hot and humid, I can do it, but I prefer not to. I have dogs, and I live out in the country, so if they hear other animals or see a dog walking down the street, they're going to start barking. So I have to take that into consideration too. I also have chickens, and roosters crowing from way over there is not really a big issue. I imagine some of y'all kind of find it cute. I know I do when I'm watching videos. So that is my second video that I make, is the religious ones are the easier ones to make, which is why you probably see more of those than the history ones. The history ones are the hardest, but they are my favorite. And from time to time, I do a political video. Honestly, they're not my favorite, even though they are the very easiest to do, because all I have to do is sit here and shoot off at the mouth at the politics and the ridiculous stuff going on in this country. But politics is very divisive, and so I prefer not to do it. I have a political channel, and to show you how important it is to me, I think I only got like 5 videos on it. I got 16 subscribers, and I don't care. Just shows how much I care for that channel. Now, they say the best way to grow a channel is to upload 2 videos a week. The consistency, really. It could be 1 a week, but it's got to be consistent, and usually at a certain time. I gave up on growing my channel for the point of trying to make money a few months ago. Probably before then, honestly. You have to have 1,000 subscribers. In 2 years, I'm nowhere near that. You have to have, I think, 4,000 watch hours. I might get 400 watch hours this past year. I have 400 subscribers as of right now. And out of the 400 subscribers, and I appreciate every subscriber I have, I get anywhere between 40 views, 50, 60 maybe, initially. And then I'll get more views later as the channel picks up. My biggest performer so far is a 1-minute video I did on a little girl who, the week she died, drew a picture of heaven, and they put that on her tombstone. And it's just a little 1-minute video, what they call a shorty. It's actually less than a minute. That's my biggest performing one so far. And I hate to call it performing because of the subject involved. My next biggest one is an actual longer video, is the one I did of a slave who basically became rich, bought his freedom, and became a slave owner, and is said to have been a mean one at that. I will post both of those down in my comments. If you haven't already seen them, you can link back to them. If you have, you know, whatever. So that's pretty much what's going on with me and my channel. Now, how did I get here? My grandmother loved to tell stories. And when I was a teenager, I have to admit, I ran the streets. I got in some trouble. But I still would love to listen to my grandma's stories that she told about her grandmother, and even one that her grandmother told her about her grandmother, which goes on back probably 200 years into Germany. I hear thunder. We're going to tape this as long as I can. And then my uncle, who also was kind of like me, or I'm more like him, had an adventurous life, we could say. He done some things that people might kind of frown upon. I've done some things people might kind of frown upon. He also told stories from his teenage years of things that he got into and things that he done. He gave me a lot of just streetwise life advice that I carry with me to this day, and I try to pass on to everybody else in my family particularly that I think it'll help. Dennis was his name. And so my love of stories and of people's stories, I think, come from my grandmother and her son, my uncle, my mom's brother. And I just love telling the stories of people that did things and what their real lives were like, and sometimes tragedy, sometimes triumph. These are the stories I love to tell. These are the stories I try to bring you when I can. Again, cemeteries, life stories being my favorite ones to do. Bible ones, religious ones being the easiest ones to do. And I like doing them. The least one that's the easiest to do is the political ones. Like I said, I don't really like them a lot.
Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe.
And when you subscribe, there'll be a bell that'll show up on the right-hand side of the screen. Hit that and you'll get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you.